What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Daily Dose. As always, I'm your host, Dylan Davis. To my right, Matt McGinty. The Daily Dose is brought to you by the Painted Lines Network. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button on the Painted Lines YouTube channel. Turn on notifications. So much great content, especially Sixers content over on the Painted Lines. You can also follow them on Twitter at the Painted Lines. Very simple. Gint, how are you? How was your weekend?
It was a long weekend. It was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, man. Glad to hear it.
What'd you say?
How was your Saturday?
I mean, it would have been better if the Sixers would have won, but they didn't.
All right, so let's get down to business again. On today's show, we have kind of a lot to discuss, but we're going to be all over the place, so stick with us. We're going to go over the Sixers 106-104 loss in Memphis to the Grizzlies. They continue to struggle with Joel Embiid off of the floor. The road struggles continue. We're going to discuss a little bit of Ben Simmons. We're going to discuss the Flyers versus Sabres game tonight. Flyers are off to a hot start, sweeping the Penguins in 2 games to start the season. We're going to update our Eastern Conference All-Star list, talk about our NFL Divisional Round, our picks, how the weekend went. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. You guys can comment to the right. Or if you want, I'll drop the link in the comment section. You guys can come on and talk with Gint and I for a little while. About whatever going on in Philly sports or sports in general. So again, I guess let's start with the Grizzlies game. Sixers not fall, but they're now 9-5 on the season. Not a lot of positives in Memphis. Not a lot outside of Mr. Shake, who shined in a loss. His last 3 or 4 games have been out of this world. He was the sole reason this team started to come back in the fourth quarter. But outside of that, just a very sloppy game. I won't even say disinterested. It's not that they look disinterested, but 22 turnovers. Stepping out of bounds on the baseline, down when you fight and claw your way back. You're down 1. You get the ball with a chance to win, and you step out of bounds on the baseline. 22 turnovers. Found just really, really sloppy team effort by the Sixers. Their pick and roll defense was absolutely awful, coming around the screen, trailing the defender every time for either a John Morant or Dylan Brooks layup or a lob, just like you saw all too much with Clint Capella and Trae Young when they lost to Atlanta on the road again. What were some of your takeaways?
Yeah, you kind of touched up on 22 turnovers. I mean, you're not going to win many games having 22 turnovers, so that's the start. And then you just didn't shoot the ball well. If you go down the starting lineup, Tobias Harris 0 for 2 from 3, Danny Green 1 for 4, Dwight Howard 0 for 1, Ben Simmons 0 for 2, Tyrese Maxey 0 for 4. So, I mean, the starters just did not shoot the ball well at all. The bench did. Matisse hit 2, Shake Milton hit 2, Isaiah Joe hit 2, and they shot a good percentage. So, I mean, the bench gave you what they could in terms of shooting the ball, but the starters just did not make shots from beyond the arc.
Yeah, man. I mean, the offense wasn't great. Obviously, you only put up 104 points. However, the offense wasn't the issue for me. Obviously, the turnovers come from the offense, so that is a huge issue. But if you're understanding what I'm trying to say, the defense on the defensive end was where I was pulling my freaking hair out watching this game, dude. Memphis is not a good offensive team. They were missing Jaren Jackson Jr. It was Ja Morant's first or second game. I don't remember if he played Friday night. So his first game back, and he came out of the gate slow. You gave up 25, 35 in the second, and 28 in the third. I can't get the pick and roll defense out of my mind, whether it's Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks, Tyus Jones coming around the screen, and whether it's Maxey, Shake, Tobias, Danny Green, whoever it is, trailing, and it's just a clear lane to the bucket. No help because Joel's not back there. And I love Dwight. Okay, don't get me wrong. He's the best center Joel has had. He's a great, team player, helping out Tyrese Maxey. He's been great off the bench. Cleaning up the glass in short minutes, contributing a little bit offensively. But when he has had to start, Dwight Howard has not looked great. Can you talk about Dwight for a second? Because you brought up some numbers.
I was just kind of building off what you said. Just in the games that he started, he hasn't looked great. And, I mean, he had 18 rebounds the other night, but that's logging 34 minutes. Shot 3 of 8 from the field. As a guy that's basically only catching dump-offs and putting in a position where you're almost making one move to score, you can't go 3 for 8 from the field, in my opinion.
No, and do you remember seeing, like, first, I've seen Dwight miss more dunks than anyone in the NBA this year. B, the amount of jump hooks or whatever you want to call it from him when he's 7 foot freaking tall with that big build and wingspan, and he's 2 feet in front of the basket. And I'm not trying, like, I know it sounds weird that I'm like bashing Dwight Howard offensively because we know what he is offensively. But dude, when you're that big, you literally just have to lay it in, dude. And he clank off the front of the rim, clank off the front of the rim. Like you said, 2 of 8 from the free throw line. What was getting me live during the game, that stretch, I know we lost by 2 because Morant hit one of the 2 free throws at the end. But we were down by 1 for the last, I don't know how many seconds, right? And in that, Dwight had 4 free throws. He got to the line twice within the last minute or minute and a half, 2 minutes of the game. And he went 0 for 4 from the line. If he just makes one of them, it's a tie game. One of them, he goes 0 for 4. Ben tries to force the ball down the court. Turnover. Ja comes down, turns it over on our end. 18 seconds left. Timeout. We inbound the ball on the other end of the floor. Tobias comes around a screen set by Dwight, picks up his dribble at the baseline, steps out of bounds, and gives the ball back to Memphis. Foul. Ja Morant sinks the first, misses the second. Ben Simmons gets the rebound with about 5 seconds left, takes it up the floor, dishes to Tyrese Maxey for a 3, misses it by a mile. Everyone gets on Ben, and trust me, we're going to discuss Ben Simmons soon and his performance in Memphis without Joel Embiid, but just all around a really frustrating loss, man. It was bad.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you look at Memphis's numbers too. Memphis shot basically the same percentage from 3 that we did. So they didn't shoot the ball particularly well for, like, because when you see a bad team beat a good team, which, I mean, I wouldn't say Memphis is a bad team, but Memphis shouldn't beat the Sixers. So you would assume that maybe they just shot the ball really well and we shot it bad. But Memphis didn't shoot the ball well either. This was just solely based off turnovers, live ball turnovers that resulted in easy buckets. Memphis had 7 people in double figures, and one guy had 9 points. Like, it wasn't like one guy killed you. It was just an all around, like, they just beat you from so many different ways.
Yeah, Marquise says, "What's up, guys? What's going on, Marquise? The goal, as you know, is always 1-0, and we couldn't come away with a W. And I see the beginning of his point there. I'm going to get to that in a second, and I feel like I'm going to disagree. But I'm just looking at these numbers. Look, 20. We keep harping on the 22 turnovers. It's hard not to, dude. And when you look at it, I believe that the points off of turnovers were 17-9 in favor of Memphis.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the game right there. That is the game right there. You dominated them on the glass. You had 11 blocks to their 3. I mean, you had 5 more offensive rebounds. You got to the line 14 more times than they did. Dude, that's another thing. We only shot 72% from the line. Obviously, Dwight Howard getting to the line 8 times kind of attributes to that number. But
I mean, but if you want to be devil's advocate, you go to the other side. They shot 67% from the free throw line. So it was. If you just look at this on paper, I don't see how you just don't see. Wow, we can't turn the ball over that many times.
Yeah, that's it. That's the undisciplined, sloppy. That is what you point your finger to on a loss like that tonight, or that night on Saturday. Excuse me. I mean,
yeah. And again, I missed parts of the game, but Tony Bradley played 9 minutes.
He's awful, dude.
He's a -7 in 9 minutes. Like,
dude, that our boy Rob Lange at the Paint of Lines, man. If you see this, I love you. TB11's got to go. Is that or TB12, whatever he is?
Omari Spellman.
Dude, he is awful. My God, like, I would have rather seen like Paul Reed out on the floor as the backup 5 behind Dwight than him.
What about Greg Monroe?
I'd rather see Greg Monroe, to be honest with you, dude. Dude, he was really, really bad. But all right, Marquise, let's get to it. I'll read you his box score right now. 11 points. You're right. Overall, it's not good enough. 16 boards, 9 assists, a block, and he turned the ball over way too much along with the rest of the team. But, and I didn't read the rest of his comments, so I have to get to it right now. I just saw the first sentence. We got to talk about Ben offensively at this point. We have younger guys in Shake Milton and Tyrese Maxey being and looking more serious about wanting to be good. Well, I'll never question the second part of your comment. I'll never question Ben's, motor, his want to be good. I'll never question that. So I don't see that. But let's talk about his offensive game, because people are so, what's the word? I don't even know how to wrap up what I'm trying to get to here. You want him to shoot. You beg for him to shoot. He shot. It didn't go in. The 2 threes looked awful. Not releasing, just where they ended up looked awful. And you go and make fun of him. And then you go and bash him when he doesn't try to just haul up a 3 over a double team at the end of the game. What are we doing, guys? You want him to shoot. He took 2 threes and took about 3 or 4 mid-range jumpers and knocked down about 3 of them on a fadeaway in the mid-range. Okay, 11 points. I get it. With no Embiid, overall, it's not good enough. But when you're looking at the shot, what are you doing? Any comments, Gint?
So many, to be honest, but it's.
Oh, go ahead.
There's not really much to get into, because he has not been good enough, in my opinion, and I'm the biggest stan there is when it comes to him. But what people aren't understanding is you go through stretches, I'd assume, as an NBA player where you don't play well. And he hasn't played well. Again, I'll reiterate 1,000 times, because this is so similar to the Carson situation, in my opinion, that me and you have gone through so many times where we're not ready to give up on something that's only shown results in the past. I think I'm not against him shooting threes, but from the display you saw, why do you even want that to be taken?
It's like they just want to see it, dude. Like, do you guys not see Giannis shoot from 3? Now, Ben releasing a 3 looks way cleaner and nicer than Giannis does.
What I don't think people understand is, even if Ben makes a couple threes and the playoffs come around, the way he's being guarded is not going to change this season. When you watch Milwaukee in the playoffs, teams literally beg Giannis to shoot. It's not going to change, because in terms of percentages, it's still the best shot that you could give up, I'd assume, from those players. But I think Sixers fans logically think all of a sudden if he makes a couple threes, teams are going to start flying out on Ben Simmons.
The shot he needs to shoot is the one he took a couple times in this game and knocked a few of them down, and it's the mid-range.
Yeah, and then that clip of his first ever Summer League game is surfacing again, and it is a little weird in my opinion, because it's that.
Why not? It's the mental side is weird.
It doesn't really look like him now. I forget, someone brought it up to me. He said that he just looks way less agile as well, that maybe all this muscle that he's putting on isn't the best in terms of being a guard that he is, elusively. But just the whole Bradley Beal now, after the Harden headache was over, it's never going to end. I know it's never going to end, but to jump ship is just on a 24-year-old, especially when all the people that are saying this, that we should jump ship, are the ones that we can't beat Brooklyn. We can't. Brooklyn's winning this year. Are you serious? They have James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. There's no way. So, okay, we'll just go trade the 24-year-old for the 6'3", 27-year-old that has played how many playoff series in his career.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you what sticks out to me, Gint and everyone, is there was a play in this game where Ben was in the corner and the ball got to him and he was open. And he raised up like he was going to take the 3. And the defender came running out. He didn't take the 3, drives into the lane, kicks out. Danny Green's in the other corner, kicks to him, open 3. Now, which is the better shot, Gint? I get it. He didn't take the 3. That's what everyone wants to see. What's a better shot? Ben Simmons corner 3? Danny Green corner 3?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's Danny Green 3.
Okay, so that's my point. He took 2. He took 3 or 4 mid-range jumpers that he knocked down. Again, not defending the 11 points. That needs to be more. But come on.
Yeah, I mean, I agree totally. And for the comment that was just given, the comparison of Giannis and Ben isn't saying that Ben's as good as Giannis. It's how they are both guarded in situations in the playoffs. And if you haven't seen that, you're crazy, because that's literally how Giannis gets guarded every single postseason, and it's a huge part of the reason they haven't had success. So,
Yeah. Mark here brings up a great point. That's another area he does. Everyone wants to talk about him shooting. He needs to be better around the rim as well. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is the only area I think Ben needs to get better at. He's 37% from 0 to 6 feet. He should be getting to the line, foul line, or 3-point play. He needs to be better around the rim. Marquise, I never said that I wanted to trade. No. We weren't talking about you. We were just saying in general, like that's what people, have been saying. But yeah, man.
I'll say, and I really hope it doesn't come true, but you can't tell me after these reports where Ben was told by his own agent that pack your bags, you're heading out, that there's not something in your head.
Yeah.
Like, darn, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he said apparently
as a professional, you can't let that affect your play.
No, and the report came out that he's ecstatic to stay here. He just needs he just needs to show it more. I actually hold on, I saved something. Or no, that was about someone else. Sorry.
I just don't. All right, James Harden's one story. You trade your 24-year-old guy that was an all-star. He was all-NBA last year, all first defensive team. You trade him for James Harden. Yeah, triple-double, 50-point triple-double, James Harden. But, like, this all of a sudden need for Bradley Beal is, like –
oh, it's ridiculous. I told you the other day my thoughts on it.
And don't get me wrong, Bradley Beal's a really good player. And Bradley Beal next to Ben and Joel I would give – they can have my stuff if they want.
Yes.
It's not – Ben for Bradley Beal doesn't change. You don't beat Brooklyn all of a sudden. You don't get better. Maybe you get better right this second for a couple years, but
no, I'm with you. But trading them and I'm imagining from what you saw in the Harden package, it would be more than just Ben. It would be more. It would be Shake and picks. Yeah, Bradley Beal next to Ben and Joel make you a contender right now. You know what I mean? Like they would be my favorites to come out of the East. Replacing Beal with Ben and whoever else, and now it's the Beal and Embiid show, doesn't make you an instant contender.
Yeah, I mean, you go from Bradley Beal's 6'3", Seth Curry's like what 6'3", Danny Green's 6'5".
Yeah.
So that's who you. So to now all of a sudden you beat Brooklyn because you have Bradley Beal. What guard at the height of any of those heights that I just named have ever been able to contain James Harden
or Kevin Durant?
Or we're going to Tobias Harris? No. So, and I'm not sitting here saying Ben's going to go lock up Kevin Durant.
No, and we're not saying we don't want Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
I'll gladly take Bradley Beal. Not for that price because it doesn't make you – it might make you better. It's not winning you a championship like people think, okay? It just drives me nuts, man. And, shout out to Austin Krell here at the Painted Lines. He sent in an article earlier and, like, kind of – and a tweet and brought up how a very interesting point that Doc has said, like, in him and Sam Cassell, they're using Ben basically in every area of the floor. And it's changing the way he plays and the way what's going on.
Sixers just waived Dakota Mathias.
Really?
I believe so. Kyle Neubeck tweeted it.
Why?
I don't know if it's because Kevin Porter Jr. is getting released. But
is that something you like?
I don't know too much about Kevin Porter Jr., so I don't want to give an input. I mean, He's probably better than Dakota Mathias, if I had to guess. But I know he was like – I'm going to look up his numbers right now. But in terms of those guards over in Cleveland, he was definitely the lowest on the totem pole, all 37 guards that they have. But, yeah.
Yeah, so hold on. Kevin says, who got called up from the Flyers taxi squad to take Coots' spot on the roster the next 2 weeks? Morgan Frost he didn't get called up. He's been on the roster, but he's replacing Coots on the first line. AV said that he doesn't want to like jumble around the lines and put Frost somewhere else because the other lines are still, gelling and getting chemistry together. So it's just a flat out exit Coots, input Morgan Frost on that top line. So it should be fun to see. Obviously going to miss Coots on both ends, but get to see Morgan Frost tonight as the top line center. Nadir, my friend, again, we might have him. We might have him here. The most important fundamental of basketball is shooting, and your superstar lacks that. So is Nadir not a Sixers fan?
I don't know. But
your superstar. What does that mean? Your superstar. You claim you're a Sixers fan. So he's our superstar? He's not yours? I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Another thing I don't get is you just watched the NBA Finals last year, and correct me if I'm wrong when I say this. The 4 best players in the series were LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler. And not counting this season because LeBron's been shooting a lot of threes.
Yeah.
None of those guys are
exceptional three-point
shooters. You think, jump shooter. You know what I mean? But yeah, jump shooting is important. But if you look at the teams that were surrounding them, aka what we have now, it was just shooters. Lakers had KCP, Danny Green. The Heat have Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. You don't need to shoot to succeed. But I mean, it definitely would help. Don't get me wrong.
No, and here's my last point about it. What he's not getting is the fact that we're not defending Ben right now.
He's not playing.
He thinks because some people think that because we didn't want to move him for Harden and that we like him means we're defending it. I'm not defending the 10 points the one night, the 11 without Embiid. I'm not defending that. How many times do I have to say he needs to be better? I defend when you come out and start, saying some stupid things about him. I don't get it. I don't get it. Marquise,
it would be a different story if he's never showed us anything in terms of, first of all, regardless of any jump shot, Ben Simmons is a great basketball player. Ben Simmons is an all-first NBA defender last year. He was all-third NBA team. So, but now you're saying, okay, he's not that good this season. Bradley Beal, James Harden. No, you don't just. This isn't too. You can't just trade. You can't just trade people all the time. It doesn't work like that.
And I want to get to this. I'll just say, and Marquise is my boy. Thank you for watching every day, man. Almost you comment all the time. I love it. But this, I just not seeing eye to eye on the Ben thing here. I'll just say if Ben Simmons don't get any better offensively before the postseason, Sixers will be in trouble. Ben's offensive level can and will hold the Sixers back come playoff time. That's why I'm worried. Bro, they didn't have him in the postseason last year. They got swept for the first time ever by Boston. Or did you forget? Not you, but does everyone forget what happened without him last year in the playoffs again?
Yeah. And
not having him run your offense?
Exactly. And what people also understand is the 2 guys that basically eliminated you and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum Jaylen Brown has only gotten better.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown looks unbelievable this year.
Oh, dude, Bradley Beal can guard him.
Yeah, 6'3" Bradley Beal will definitely have the answer to those questions.
Yeah. Kevin says they brought up Connor Bunneman. I didn't see they might have, but I was just letting you know that Morgan Frost is taking his spot in the lineup. Jonathan, more Flyers talking. We're going to get to that very soon, guys. The Flyers need to beat the Sabres twice. We need to beat up on bad teams. Forget the Sixers until they're healthy. Well, that's kind of hard because the Sixers. I mean, fair point. And there's the
probably right.
Yeah, he's probably right. And also the Flyers might be a better team than the Sixers. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say we need to beat them twice. I mean, then you're starting out 4-0, which in a short season would be incredible. After sweeping the Penguins the first 2. But I agree. Just same thing with the Sixers. Like everyone keeps talking about, oh, well, they haven't played anybody. Well, they're beating the teams they're supposed to beat when they're healthy. Flyers should be able to do that starting tonight and tomorrow in a back-to-back against Buffalo at home. I agree, man. They look really, really good. 11 goals in 2 games for the first time since like 82 and 83 season, something like that. So the fly or die is rolling right now, and we will get to that matchup versus Buffalo in a little bit. Give our predictions, our star of the game. Maybe Carter Hart. I mean, I'm assuming he's in net tonight, but maybe he sits tomorrow night in a back-to-back. So we'll see about that. But the last thing, hold on, let me get this comment real quick. Jonathan says, I just mean the division is so stacked. We need to beat. Yeah, I completely agree with you. He needs to be. I mean, I was looking at Nadir's comment. They do need to beat the bottom feeders of this, realigned East to have success this year. Let's see. He can't post up 6'4" Grayson Allen and score. Dude, he hit like 3 turnaround jumpers. something he never does. Are you crying again? You getting upset over there?
My eyes, I don't know. My allergies just like turned up all of a sudden. But yeah, I mean, also to that point, you just post up a 6'4" Grayson Allen. The way basketball works, I don't think they would defend Ben Simmons one-on-one with Grayson Allen like ever, especially when there's no.
It might have happened like one time against Memphis, and he's like, "Oh, look at that! He didn't do it." Marquis says, watching the Memphis Grizzlies game showed me the reason to worry because Grizzlies defense isn't better. But dude, they didn't have Joel and Seth. I think and they turned the ball. I know Ben turned the ball over a lot, but they turned the ball over 22 times. Tobias Harris stepped out of bounds with a chance to take the lead with 10 seconds left. Like, like guys, this is my point. And Marquis, you are the man. You are the 1-0 leader, right? That's what I need you. Please, you're one of the only sane, level-headed people in the comments sometimes. I need you to just focus on where they're at when they're fully healthy.
Yeah.
When they're fully healthy, they're running teams over. So, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to worry about a sloppy game in Memphis on the road with no Joel Embiid and no Seth Curry. I'm not going to get twisted up about it 14 games into the season and think that he's going to hinder me later in the postseason. I'm not.
You're essentially missing 42 points a game. Between Joel Embiid and Seth Curry, who were probably playing the best on the entire team before all this stuff started.
Seth still leads the NBA in 3-point percentage. Justin from TPL says, Matthias is being waived if you haven't talked about it. We get messaged. I didn't see it. He said it. But excuse me. Like he said, maybe for Kevin Porter Jr. Is that something you would want, Gint?
I mean, I don't even think Kevin Porter's played in a game this season. I was trying to look up his numbers. His numbers last year weren't horrible. But when I looked up his numbers for some reason, it came up like blank this year. So I don't know if he hasn't played. I don't really dock Cleveland Cavalier games that much. Apparently he also like had an absolute outburst in the locker room and like started throwing food at Torian Prince or something. So I don't know if that's something.
Torian Prince just got there too.
Yeah, well, because they gave Torian Prince his locker or something. Yeah, I don't know the whole story, but that was a tweet.
Yo, if that's true.
I'm pretty sure it's true, but
oh man,
yeah, I mean, we can't have that type of behavior. I don't think in the locker room. And
no, sorry, I'm trying to find something that.
Yeah, are you looking up Nadir's comment because it's really wrong?
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't think it's right. I just wanted to check.
Not even like close to right. I don't think.
Yeah.
Wait, it's
maybe
actually pretty close.
But dude, he only think about it, he only takes about 8 or 9 a game, and he has been efficient. I don't get what's not getting through some people's heads when I'm trying to sit here and tell you I'm not defending his play offensively right now. I'm not. But when you just want to throw out that one part of the game, 14 games into the season, then we disagree. That's it. I don't know what to tell you. They gave Prince's locker and Porter with all the rookies, so he was pissed. So he threw shit at him. Oh, that is great.
Yeah.
All right, again, let's move on because I spent way too much time arguing with people about Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I feel like we always visit that argument.
Yeah. Joel for MVP is something I want to talk about because that's the campaign we started after the Heat game, albeit against their COVID team. And I want to ask you guys this question, and again, I'll throw this to you first. So he's going to be in the conversation, I would imagine. However, the conversation turns to when he misses these games, is he going to play enough games? Like, does that hurt his stock in missing games? Or when you see what's put out on the floor when he's not out there with his team, does that make his stock rise? Like when you see his team struggle without him, does that outweigh him just missing too many games at the end of the day for the MVP?
I think it would go into how many he's missed, I'd assume, if it gets to like a ridiculous number to the point where it's like, if he misses 25 games out of 72 this season, I'd assume that would probably be a little too much.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can see have we won without him?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you really need to know, especially what he's doing in the games that he's playing. He's been nothing but.
Let's see. We lost the Cleveland game without him. We lost the Nuggets game without him. We lost the Memphis game without him. We lost.
We
lost Brooklyn and Atlanta with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have not won without him.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is very important. And like I said, I mean, MVP isn't just because of when you weren't playing. He's also playing at an
No, exactly. That's yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it probably goes hand in hand. It determines the amount of games that he misses.
Yeah.
So.
I think it helps, like you said, and I don't foresee him missing an astronomical amount of games this season. I don't. So I don't know. I love how this dude can't focus on anything else but Ben Simmons. He can't get his mind off him for 1 second. Ben Simmons is the last person Nadir thinks about when he goes to bed, and the first person he thinks about when he wakes up in the morning. I mean, it's unbelievable, dude. We're talking about Joel Embiid for MVP here, and you're throwing out Ben's field goals to turnover ratio. Again, they're 9. He's been this bad. Again, they're 9-5.
Yeah, and well, he didn't even play in one of the.
Yeah, and he's not. Yeah, he's missed he was out 2 or 3 of the game, 2 or 3 losses as well.
Yeah,
so they're 9-5, fully healthy, look great. But yeah, let's talk about this. Even when they're off to a good start, let's get to to answer that question. I think as long as he doesn't miss too many games, which I don't foresee happening, I think that it helps ultimately. Like it helps when you're clearly the most valuable player of your team. Like it's obvious right now. So it definitely helps. Yeah. Let's get to God.
I was gonna say I just assume as of right now he'd be in the top 4 in the discussion.
Probably.
If Golden State somehow gets into the playoffs, Steph Curry's gonna have a really, really good resume for it because that team is constructed so poorly. So.
All right, man. Let's get into the Flyers Sabres preview just for a second. Ginn is slacking on his puck, guys. So we'll see. So the Flyers come into tonight's matchup 2-0, taking down Pittsburgh twice, totaling 11 goals in 2 games. Like I said earlier, it's like their best start. Like that amount of goals in 2-0 is like the first time since 82 or 83, I believe. They have a chance to go to 3-0 tonight in a 56-game season. Every game and every W and every point is critical. So yeah, even this early it is. Again, do the Flyers start out 3-0 versus the Buffalo Sabres tonight? Because Buffalo Sabres are not a very good team. As Kevin said earlier, you got to kind of knock off the bottom feeders in this realigned division, and they are a bottom feeder in the East.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of Buffalo Sabres research.
Look at you.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're 0-2. We're 2-0. I've only heard you talk about how they're a bottom feeder. So I'm going to say they do win. If you when you go back to back, you might not beat them twice in a row. That's in any sport, let alone hockey. So, but I'm going to say they win tonight. And you want me to pick my player?
Yeah, pick your star of the game.
Claude Giroux's going to score a goal. I said the other night it didn't happen. Therefore, it has to happen tonight.
You're going to say it every night until the captain puts one in the back of the net. Marquise, there it is. There's my guy. One job, and it's this. He says, I'll say yes. Beat the bad teams 1-0 tonight. Flyers advanced 3-0 on the year. 6 points in 3 games early in a 56-game season would be huge. I agree. I think the Flyers win tonight. Again, I don't know if Carter Hart's going to play this back-to-back. We'll see what AV decides to do. As of right now, I believe he's the expected starter tonight between the pipes. So for my start of the game, I'm going to go with him. I have him on wrong way. There you go. 79. I think I really want to lean shutout again. I really do, but I'm going to say one gets by him from Buffalo. If he plays tonight. So I'm going to go Carter Hart. Flyers win 4-1 tonight and advance to 3-0. The storyline that I am looking for, though, because as Sean Couturier is out for 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
So Coots got hurt in the second game against Pittsburgh, so now he's out for a little while. And the young kid Morgan Frost is up, taking his spot. And you're a basketball coach for high school, right? So what do you think about a move like this? Different sport, obviously, but team sport nonetheless. So with hockey, with the lines, especially early in the season and the way he has them, they're different from last year. every line 1 through 4 is trying to gel and get chemistry early in the season right now. So instead of having his top line number 1 center out and, maybe moving up, I don't know, Drew to the front top line or Hayes to the top line center, or whatever you wanted to do and juggle lines around, he just makes the one adjustment. Coots is out. He plugs someone in for his spot. What do you think about that as a coach?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the way to go early in the season. If you remember back to the Andrew Bynum days, those sad days, that they would never play Spencer Hawes in the starting lineup because they thought eventually Bynum would come back and they were going to play both of them together. So I think that's definitely the way to go. You let everything else gel, and then when Coots comes back, you insert, and that line just needs to gel as opposed to moving everyone up and then everyone down. But wait, did you see that? I'm assuming you saw it because I saw it. That interview with
Voracek?
Dude.
Look, I have no idea, right? I don't know the context to it, so I will not comment on it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I want to do. I don't want to say anything wrong. I thought it was funny. Like, wow, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But I've seen nothing. Other reporters and writers have come out on Twitter and said, like, Mike is top class, like, does his job, asks the questions that fans want to hear. Players sometimes don't like it. So I don't know. Maybe if he's asked tough questions and they're over it. Maybe Jake has a point and he's twisted some words in the past in articles. I don't know the story at all. But it was,
dude. It was
Jake
like
didn't hold back at all.
It's like when you were at your house when you were a kid, and like their parents yelled at them, and you're just like sitting there, and you're like, "Oh God!"
Like, dude, he got the question out, and it's not even like if you would have just told me that story, I would have thought it was played out like this. He asked the question, Jake doesn't answer. Jake, Mike asked you a question. I know what he said. Like, you know what I mean? And then he came out and he's like, well, I'm not going to answer because of this. As soon as Selesky got that out, boom, attack.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. Well, I forget what he even said. Like, he's like, Mike, what did he say? Like, you just turned.
I wasn't even going to answer your questions tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to know if you saw it because I've seen
it was great. But yeah, obviously missing Coots and, his veteran presence as the top line center, and especially on the defensive end of the ice, is going to be huge. But I'm excited just to see, Morgan Frost offensively on that. What's going on in your house, dude?
I think it's the neighbor running the garbage disposal.
on that top line. So yeah, they are so deep, and I think just having him to plug in, and like Kevin said, they ended up bringing Connor Bunneman, another young kid up that played in the postseason last year. They're bringing him up off the taxi squad, so they are so deep. And I don't want to jinx anything, but Buffalo's probably the right opponent to play tonight. Or obviously there's 2 weeks, so they're going to be playing tougher. I think they have Boston next. They're going to be playing tougher teams. But Boston's a good start without Sean Couturier. Let me get some comments real quick. I say I have no idea what that means. Is he a Chiefs fan? I have no idea. Mark here says Farabee, Konechny, and Voracek line has been great. 4-1 win. I'm going 4-1 as well. And yeah, they have been great. Dawson says, do they play the game on the screen here on YouTube too?
No, they do a reaction to the game. So
the TPL live.
Yeah, they'll be watching it. They'll talk about it on the screen. It'll be just them. I mean, it's illegal. You can't just show games on the screen.
Yeah. Definitely cannot. We did it with the Eagles. They're doing it with the Sixers most nights. They're doing it with the Flyers. I'm going to try to hop on Flyers and Sixers game there over the course of the season, but it's a lot of fun, man. Yeah. If you don't have a way to watch the game, they can't show it to you that way. But if you can't watch the game and you just want to hear, live reaction, or if you're watching the game and, it's kind of like a hangout space again, right? It's just it's not, it's just, hanging out, reacting to the game as a fan.
When you're watching it, it's like cool to just have in front of you. Like, I'll just throw some comments in there if I'm not on it for some reason, if I'm not on it, which I haven't really been on much lately. So
the Eagles was like a group therapy session. So I'm assuming the Flyers go more smoothly because they're a better team, but the Eagles, it was just nice to do with, other people and, the crazy thoughts to go on in my mind. But yeah, let's see. Mark, Voracek will cut you up if you go at him. Check his Twitter account. Yeah, dude, Jake holds 0 punches. 0. Marquise, I have Flyers 5-2, get to 3-0. I love it. I'm sticking. I really want to say shutout from Carter Hart tonight, but I'm going to have to keep it with one behind them. All right, Gin. So that is our Flyers preview. We're going to get George and intern Dave on with us later throughout the course of the season.
They can do something to help me out here. I'm sitting here treading water in these Flyers talks, man.
All right, we got about what? Getting a couple minutes left, a little less than 10 minutes.
I got time. Practice was this morning, so.
Oh, let's go. I'm thinking we're crunched for time here.
Nah, kids had off today, so practice was this morning.
Love it. Love it. All right, so you want to go over NFL Divisional Round real quick? Not real quick, but
let's and then kind of.
All right, so we had your boy Mark, who blew up.
Rough debut.
Yeah, he's blown up on Twitter.
I've never seen social media growth like it in my life.
Yeah, he's up in a very short time.
Up like 700 followers in like a month.
And it's a lot to do with his sports gambling tweets. And he calls it, what's he calling to the Barstool line or whatever?
Yeah, he calls into Barstool Radio, which, fun fact for you, there's a dude from College Station that called into Barstool and kind of clowned Mark and said he'll have a pickoff with him. So Barstool Radio right now is having a pickoff between Mark and this kid.
Well, listen, Mark, if you're watching, buddy, you better put out a stronger performance than you did here on the Daily Dose because you had a rough weekend. And me, because I'm smart, every pick that I made on the show last Thursday when he was on, I decided not to go forward and bet, and I went 4-0. Thank it. Yeah, just that's my luck.
Oh, aren't you the man?
No. I didn't bet it. I didn't the one. Like, I normally bet every weekend. I didn't bet. What I called out, and it pisses me off. But yeah, he went. So let's see again. Let's just go over the first game on Saturday. The Green Bay Packers take down the LA Rams. Dude, that is a bad man. I don't know how you're. I know you're picking against them this weekend. And I don't know how you're.
I need it this weekend.
Why?
Playoff bracket. If Tampa Bay wins and KC wins, I come in first.
Oh.
Because no one took Tampa Bay to win the Super Bowl at all in the whole bracket. And I would be in first. And I have the Chiefs winning and so do like 100 other people. But I would be in first, so it wouldn't matter. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, bud. You better hope Chad Henne's not under center.
Dude, can you believe Andy Reid threw the ball on that fourth down?
Dude, Andy Reid. Look, if there's any kids watching, turn it off right now. Andy Reid has the balls the size of, oh my God, dude. I don't even know how to describe them.
Bro, especially how horrible Chad Henne looked.
He actually snapped the ball, dude. Did you hear Tony Romo?
Dude, they're not running a play here.
Tony Romo's like, here's what you do. He's going to bring him up to the line, check it.
The linemen sold it too. The linemen weren't even like they were ready to go. All of a sudden, well, first of all, and that play is genius because no one in the planet could catch Tyreek Hill. So,
dude, Big Reds. Oh my God. But yeah, so Aaron Rodgers and company take down the LA Rams. As I knew it would happen, that I'm going one of the greatest of all time over that Rams defense, which, dude, I know it got hot towards the end of the season. I didn't look over their entire season numbers, and I know they got Aaron Donald at the middle, and Jalen Ramsey's been shutting people down on the outside, and whatever you want to say. That Rams defense, it wasn't an all-year thing. At least that I don't remember.
Dude, it was a roller coaster. Me and Mark talked about it because
tell me if I'm wrong here, because I don't remember this Rams defense over a 16-week season wasn't a powerhouse.
No, not at all. That was the point. It was week 12, week 13, and Mark was like, dude, I love the Rams. And then 2 weeks later, he texts me, he goes, I'm so out on the Rams. And then and you're like, oh, maybe I'm back in. And I mean, dude, they played well against Seattle, but they just ran into number 12.
They ran into that bad man, dude. And that's Mark took the under. Nah.
Nope.
Nah, he dropped 32 on your head. And then the second matchup Saturday again. This game did not play out how I would imagine 99% of football fans out there.
It was the Ravens game, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
but I'm saying offensively, I don't think this game played out like 99% of the population assumed it would. What was it, 17-3? The Bills took down Lamar Jackson, the running back, and
he said the running back.
look, dude, I'm sorry, I'm not clowning him. He left the game with a concussion. That sucks.
Yeah. Dude, where I can't believe they didn't get in the end zone once. I literally needed Dobbins or Andrews to get in the end zone, and I won money, a lot of money, and nope.
So Lamar was 14 of 24 for 162, a pick, 3 sacks. He was contained to 3.8 yards per carry, 9 for 34. Dude, look, man. I feel bad that that's how the game ended. He went out with concussion, and I remember that it was against the Browns, right? When he kept their playoff chances alive. And he came back after going to the locker room for cramps. And it was a great play he made. And I know you were just trolling on Twitter. Snap wasn't our co-host from the Faithful Fanatics. I know Snap likes Lamar. Dude, I get it. He is a special athlete. He's fast as hell. He's elusive as hell. He's fun to watch. He's so Michael Vick-esque out of the pocket and, escaping traffic. Dude, what is going on over there?
I don't think that was me.
I
don't think, at least.
He is not a good quarterback. Okay. I don't know how he's not. No, he's not.
Not a good quarterback.
No, he's not. A quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's a different position. Dude. It is. I mean, he's a good quarterback. When I said to you, I said he was a special quarterback on Twitter. That was a troll, like you said. He's a good quarterback. Come on.
He's an average.
His
quarterback play, not his athleticism. Not his athleticism.
Yeah, but you have to put that in there because it's part of the sport.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, you do. That's like saying you can't account for a big man because he could shoot threes.
No,
it's just an addition to his game. Come on.
But no. It's the main part of his game, and without it, he is a below average quarterback. Where would you rank him in the NFL? What?
Where would you rank him in the NFL?
Give me quarterbacks. Run it down. Go team by team. I'll tell you who I'll take him over.
All right,
we're getting off topic here, but I don't care.
You're going to take the obvious: Mahomes, Allen.
No. Go down the list of teams, and I'll tell you what I'll do.
Dude,
I'll be dead honest with you. He is not a good quarterback. You guys can argue with me.
Green Bay.
What?
Green Bay, obviously.
Rodgers, no.
Mahomes, no. Dak?
No.
Carson?
No.
Russell Wilson?
No.
Tom Brady?
No.
Josh Allen?
No.
Baker Mayfield?
No.
Drew Brees?
No.
Jared Goff?
No.
Dude, stop it.
He is not a better quarterback. Jared Goff's been to a Super Bowl again.
All right, you ready for this one?
Go ahead.
Big Ben. Cam Newton.
He's better than Cam. Cam's garbage.
Mitchell Trubisky.
He's better than Mitchell Trubisky.
Jimmy G. Better. Derek Carr. Better.
First of all, slow your roll. Jimmy G and Derek Carr are toss-ups as a quarterback.
Derek Carr.
Toss-up.
Sam Darnold.
He's better than Sam Darnold.
Better than Tua.
Okay, Tua's played like half the year.
One of the 7 quarterbacks that started the Washington football team. Better than all of them.
Yeah, okay.
Daniel Jones.
He's better than Daniel Jones.
No.
Now you're what?
I was going to say Kyler.
No, he's not better than Kyler.
Kirk Cousins.
He's not better than Kirk Cousins.
Drew Lock.
He's better than Drew Lock.
Stafford.
He's not better than Matthew Stafford.
Matt Ryan.
He's not better than Matt Ryan.
Phillip Rivers.
He's not. Well, now at this point of his career, maybe, but
Ryan
the same thing when you asked me Drew Brees, I said yeah, but Drew Brees is like retired now, basically. So
Ryan Tannehill.
He's not better than Ryan Tannehill.
Deshaun Watson.
Not even close.
Teddy Bridgewater.
He's better than Teddy.
Justin Herbert.
He's not better than Justin Herbert.
Joe Burrow.
He's not better than Joe Burrow.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, he ain't even the NFL, so I'm not going to go there yet. But
he's going to be the starting quarterback for Jacksonville.
That's a to be determined. So I'll go with Lamar for now.
Dude, you're crazy.
I'm crazy. Quarterback.
I understand. You sound like my dad.
No. Because here's the thing. Because the people are going to get twisted with the Michael Vick, like people that used to think Michael Vick sucked too. Because I'm not saying like, oh, look, he runs all the time, so blah, blah, blah. Michael Vick had an absolute rocket launcher attached to his body. Lamar Jackson can't throw the football down the field. He can't throw dude, 3 points against Buffalo.
I understand, and that was not good.
But it's been the knock every year, dude. So here's the thing:
it's been 2 years,
dude. If Lamar Jackson was like a good quarterback, like he could move the ball with his arm, and then he had the legs attached, I'd be like, okay, he's special. Without the mobility, he is a below average quarterback. He's below average.
We're not gonna agree on it. Might as well move on. We're not gonna agree.
Move on then, brother.
They're not gonna agree.
I don't know what to tell you. You guys can comment along after this video if you're watching live now. He's a below average quarterback without the legs.
But he has legs. They're there. They move.
My whole argument was that people call him a special quarterback. He's not a special quarterback. He's a special athlete.
Yeah.
He's fast as shit, elusive, athletic as shit. But without the legs, he is a below average quarterback. And point to me one quarterback who's ever won a Super Bowl that is below average with his arm. If Michael Vick didn't do it, Lamar Jackson isn't doing it. Do you see that Baltimore defense?
I understand. I get what you're saying. I understand. But he's not below average. Come on, dude.
You just went down the list of. I want to know. We're not moving on. No. We're not moving on. You're going to tell me which ones he's better than.
All right.
Derek, you can. Derek Carr. He's better. I'll give you. He's better than Derek Carr.
I don't think he's better. I think he's better than Baker Mayfield. I think he's better than Garoppolo.
I mean, that's a toss. Yeah, I mean,
Cousins.
I'm not going to argue with that one. What?
Cousins? No, I would probably take Kirk over him.
Okay. Keep going.
There's not many more, but
tell me this: is he not below 20? He's bottom third in the league, right?
No. I mean, yeah, if we're just sitting there saying, all right, stand in the pocket and start throwing footballs, yeah, he's bottom 20, but that's not
stand in the pocket, roll out of the pocket, throw the football, do whatever the hell you want to throw the football. He's a below average quarterback throwing the football.
Come on, man.
Put him wherever you want. You don't have to make him a pocket passer. Roll him out wherever you want. The fact that you just told me he's a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield.
I hate Baker Mayfield. I despise Baker Mayfield.
You're biased then.
I might be.
You're biased. He's not a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield.
I hate Baker Mayfield so much.
Could Lamar Jackson and you watched that Chiefs-Browns game, right?
Yeah.
Could Lamar Jackson make any of those throws Baker Mayfield made on Sunday afternoon? Throws.
Some, yeah.
Really?
I think so, yeah, dude.
Yeah. If I'm going to look up Lamar Jackson highlight tape after this on YouTube, and I'm going to write down how many plays are in the highlight tape, and I'll tell you how many are him using his arm.
All right, that's fine.
I would bet you 85% of that video is him using his legs. Show me one quarterback in the NFL history that's been successful that way.
I mean, yeah, but there isn't. But things change. Not that I'm not saying he's going to be successful. You can't just rule out the fact he'll never be successful.
Well, Marquise, my guy. Yeah, he's inaccurate. His deep ball is horrible. Horrible doesn't even begin to describe his deep ball. Okay?
Dude, we're moving on.
Hold on. I got to get this comment. He needs a good defense to be successful. He has a great defense at Baltimore. Baltimore's defense is stacked. They held Josh Allen to 17 points, and he couldn't get it done. He wouldn't be good here. The hell no, he wouldn't be good here in Philly. Especially because Doug wouldn't move him out of the pocket. Doug would make Lamar a pocket passer. Doug's gone, so maybe he'd be good. But yeah, hold on. More comments. Yeah, here you go.
You can't say that.
Yes, you can. It's a fact.
That's a what-if scenario. It's literally what that is, a what-if.
I see it more as a fact.
Next game, speaking of Baker, couldn't get it done.
What'd you say?
Couldn't get it done.
Maybe if dumbass, what's his? I don't even Higgins.
T. Higgins.
No, T. Higgins plays for.
Yeah.
Dude, they win. They lost by 5. If that ball goes across the pylon,
Rashard Higgins,
they win.
I know.
He fumbled before he got to the pylon. First of all, terrible rule. That is an awful rule.
What, the touchback rule?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
It's a horrible rule. The defense didn't recover it.
Yeah, but what would you rule it?
Out of bounds at the 1.
Submit it to the NFL.
Pretty simple. Pretty freaking simple.
Submit it.
Yeah,
I mean, we all knew KC. Oh, I shouldn't have said that because they almost lost. But I mean, going into the game, we all took KC. I think I took it with the points, which did not cover. But then the good one was the late night.
Yeah, dude.
The absolute GOAT of all sports since I've been alive.
Yeah, you won't get an argument out of me there.
Beat the best defense in the NFL.
It was ugly for a lot of it.
I know.
Those 2 future Hall of Famers did not put up an impressive performance for most of that game. But I will say,
dude, Jared Cook needs to catch the football, man.
He needs to hold on to the football.
Dude, the one pick hit him in the bicep.
I will say though that when he needed to drop a dime, drop one in the grocery bag to Scotty Miller,
dude,
TB12 put one in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get into the game later in the week that's coming up, but
yeah, I can't wait.
He got it done, man, and he got it done with Mike Evans, dude. Marshawn Lattimore just has something with Mike Evans. I know Mike Evans scored, but at what is he 6'5"? He should have caught that touchdown, regardless of who was covering him. So, I mean, it was a good. Definitely, maybe we'll hit up Mark, see what his picks are this week.
Better put up a better showing here on the Daily Dose, Mark.
It's 0 for 4.
Speaking of a Mark has a comment. Jackson was MVP last year with 36 touchdown throws. Well, since you want to throw that out there, Mark, I mean, I don't know your stance on the Carson thing. I don't remember, but Carson Wentz threw 33 touchdowns in about 12 games and should have been the MVP in 2017. But if you haven't noticed, he's the worst quarterback in the National Football League nowadays. So, that argument doesn't really mean shit to me. Marquise, Eagles go get OBJ. Would have helped this year, man. I'll tell you that. So, yeah, man, it was a fun divisional round. Again, we're going on an hour here. Do you want to wrap up with get back to the NBA and get to our Eastern Conference All-Star list?
Yeah, because definitely got to get going soon.
All right. So, do you have our list from last time in your laptop or no?
Yeah, we're literally right here.
Look at you, brother.
I'm ready, dude.
All right, read it. This is now almost 2 weeks ago. So we're behind. Every day last week, we're like, all right, we're going to do it.
We updated a little bit, but we didn't do it on the live. So right now we have how many? 1, 2, 11, and I'm deleting one because he's not going to make it. I'm taking Russell Westbrook off the list. He's hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to make it. Right now we have for our Eastern Conference All-Stars because
Marquise, I bumped him up to like number 3, dude.
Yeah. Bradley Beal's definitely in there. So right now who we have making it? Kevin Durant, Trae Young, Giannis, Joel Embiid, Bam Adebayo, Jason Tatum, Sabonis, Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, and Bradley Beal. So we need one more spot or 10. 10. So we said we would give one to the chat, and we need one more person.
Yeah, and so Marquis says this is you mentioned. So he should be eligible to.
I don't know. I assume he'll. I don't know. When is the All-Star break? Do you know? Neither do I. I don't know. For now, let's leave him off until we can get like official word on if he'll be eligible.
Yeah. I would imagine he is, but we'll leave it out for now.
The list that we kind of had him down for.
Yeah. And Mizzle says Zach LaVine.
That's my boy Nick. Shout out Nick. Zach LaVine, we're probably gonna have to throw on the list now. But then our maybe list.
Vucevic is, dude, he's been balling.
Well, he's on our maybe list. So Chris Middleton, we have Ben on there, Drew Holiday.
Ben's not it right now. No. Dude, We don't have Tobias on there either.
No, I took him off. Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam.
Well, no, they have like 2 wins, so I'm not allowing a 2
I think
win.
right now it would be Vucevic. I think you're right.
I think it has to be, right?
Yeah.
Levine and Vucevic.
That would put us at 12.
You guys can comment along with us. Give us your East All-Star lifts votes. Mark goes Beal, Durant, Harden, Levine, Tatum. Who is that?
That's Giannis, I think. Anto.
Oh, yeah. Jaylen Brown, Colin Sexton. He's missed a little bit. I have him on my fantasy team. He's missed a little bit of time lately.
Yeah.
Embiid, Trae Young, Vucevic, Randall. Very, very close to us. Harden will obviously be on our
Harden's in there, which, again, I don't know the rules or anything. He doesn't have Sabonis on there, does he?
No, he is Sexton.
Sabonis has been unreal.
It's tough, man. Think about this. Like, Jimmy Butler isn't on the list.
Yeah, I mean, we have Bam on our list. I don't really know why I have him on the list, but
yeah, Bam's probably getting boot there. So I would insert Vucevic probably and sit Bam to the side for now.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
That's really everyone. I mean, RJ Barrett's been playing well, but he wouldn't be on the list.
He's played well. Dude, I mean, Shake Milton's been playing well. Shake Milton would be ahead of RJ Barrett.
Yeah. I mean, that is 12 currently.
Yeah.
But Bam's on that list currently. So.
Hold on. Real quick, before we end this, let me see. Let me get to the East here.
Dude, the East is pretty good. I can't even imagine what the West is looking like, and I don't even want to look because it would.
So let's just run down team by team. So Milwaukee, Giannis, and then what? Middleton's a maybe, and probably Drew Holiday's a maybe.
Yeah, I have them both down as maybes.
Boston is Tatum and Brown, and I don't think there's anyone else after that in the discussion.
They're both going to make it. Yeah, absolutely.
Sixers, just Joel right now. Tobias could be in the discussion.
Yep.
Let's see. Indiana. So they traded Depot. So Sabonis is on our list. Levert's out. They traded Depot. So probably just Sabonis. Brooklyn. KD.
And if Harden's allowed.
Kyrie, if he comes back and continues to play, will definitely be on our list, but he's been a no-show, so he got kicked off.
Really, he's back on Wednesday, though. From what
we'll see. New York, we have Julius Randle on our list. I don't think anyone else is even in the conversation. Cleveland, he has Sexton on his list.
Yeah, I'll throw him as a maybe. I have to do again. I don't log Cleveland Cavalier games, so I'm gonna have to maybe do a little bit of research. But
Sexton's averaging 25, bro.
Who else?
Drummond's averaging 19 and 16.
Jeez Louise.
Damn, Darius Garland's averaging 17.
I know they both are playing unreal. Who's the next team?
Atlanta. So Trae Young.
Absolutely. He's the only one.
Yeah, I mean, what's DeAndre? Damn, dude. They have 6 dudes. They have like 6 dudes averaging 12 and up.
Yeah, DeAndre Hunter's playing really well this year.
Orlando. We have Vucevic. I think that's about it, probably.
Yeah.
The Bulls, we have Levine.
Yeah.
Charlotte Hornets.
Terry Rozier, no. Like
someone that he's been playing well. Marquis said he has been playing well, but
Ball is the best player on the Charlotte Hornets.
Well, dude, Gordon Hayward's averaging 22.2.
He stinks.
He's the lead. Detroit, negative. Yeah. Toronto's got 4 wins now. Sorry, since
I mean, I have Siakam and Lowry on our maybe list, but right now, no.
Well, Washington, we have Beal. That's the only one I can give credit to right now.
Yep.
Let's see. Toronto, Van Vliet's averaging 26 and 4. Siakam's averaging 19, 5 and 8. Lowry's averaging almost 19, 7 and 6, but they're 4 and 8. And then you have the Miami Heat.
Yeah, and we have those guys on there. So for right now, the list that I think would be correct.
Your friend says
he has a Twitter. That's his app, but his name last year was Raul Neto's biggest fan or something, and then changed it to JJ Arcega-Whiteside's biggest fan.
That's awful, Nick.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know you, but those are 2 bad at names.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else you want to throw out there again?
No. It's still probably a long show, the Daily Dose, right? Oh, besides the one we did the other day.
Yeah, we've done longer. But the Daily Dose will be back at you tomorrow, 4:30. Gint, are you available?
Yeah.
Practice at night tomorrow? Or during? Yeah, back at it tomorrow. The Faithful Fanatics will be back at it Wednesday following the Daily Dose. Gint will probably not be a part of it due to practice, but myself, George Ryder, and Snap will be back immediately following the Daily Dose, leading you into Sixers versus Boston. Hopefully that game gets played. No new positive cases have hit the Sixers since close contact with Jonas Valanciunas. Go Flyers tonight. Hope the Sixers get healthy. And Lamar Jackson is a below average quarterback in the National Football League. Have a nice night.